At the Bayonne City Council meeting Wednesday night, dozens of residents came to protest the switch in animal control providers.
Before the meeting started, a protest against Jeff Santini's New Jersey Animal Control and Rescue was hosted in front of City Hall. The movement was spearheaded by Peter Franco, a longtime nemesis of the Mayor Jimmy Davis administration, and Irene Borngraber, the executive director of the Liberty Humane Society, the former animal control provider. The new contract was approved at the council's November 10th meeting, though Franco and Borngraber both argued that the contract was deficient when addressing the board.
Before I begin to highlight the requirements, I would like to remind the audience and the media that Mr. Santini's response to the proposal was accepted on October 27th, 2 weeks prior to November 10th's council meeting. On November 10th, the council voted 5-0 to award a contract to Mr. Santini beginning approximately 2 weeks ago on December 1st. Mr. Santini's response to the RFP contained incomplete information and requirements that were either not met or not included as required by the RFP by the time the contract was awarded.
A week after this contract was approved, Mr. Sminsky made a statement on behalf of Mr. Santini that Bayonne's animals would be going to Bergen County Protect and Rescue, a, quote, true no-kill facility in Cliffside Park, the same facility founded by his brother-in-law, Mr. Ascalise. The shelter has the capacity to house 45 cats and 40 dogs, and stated it took in a total of 341 dogs and 126 cats in 2014. No contract documenting that any agreement exists between the two entities has been made public. Even if we do choose to believe this is where Bayonne animals will be going, there is not sufficient capacity to house Bayonne stray animals.
Several other residents also expressed their dissatisfaction with Bayonne leaving behind LHS, including Heather Shepard.
My concern is simple. LHS is closer. LHS is bigger. LHS currently has 200 volunteers or more. Cliffside Park has 40. It's farther away. They currently have 30 cats and 14 dogs. They're no-kill. They're almost at capacity. They're doing the best that they can, but we deserve the best. Jersey City and Hoboken are taken care of by LHS. Everyone has confidence in LHS to be able to best serve the pets and wildlife of Bayonne.
Additionally, several speakers also had an issue with NJACR using Cliffside Park's Bergen County Protect and Rescue, given that the founder of the facility, Vincent Ascalise, Santini's brother-in-law, is facing animal cruelty charges for allegedly slicing a baby deer's throat. Vision Media's Paul Sobinski, who represents NJACR, the Township of North Bergen, and various other Hudson County agencies, took the podium to the chagrin of the crowd, who quickly began to berate him. Sobinski continued on as protesters began to walk out of the meeting during his speech, citing that Santini's 23-year track record is unblemished and it is unfair to condemn him using guilty by association arguments.
Jeff Santini is a true animal lover, much like many of the people in this room. Give him a chance to do his job and stop condemning him through guilt by association. That didn't work for Joe McCarthy, and it shouldn't work here either. Thank you very much.
Third Ward Councilman Gary LaPalooza threw a curveball by asking the council to rescind the contract to NJACR, noting that they are already contracted by 9 other municipalities and stating his issues with their affiliated animal shelters in Lodi and Cliffside Park.
So I decided to take a ride to Lodi to see the office of a company that takes care of 9 municipalities with no markings on it. Very, very surprised, but when I ran into some of the neighbors in the neighborhood, and they told me that for a year they've been trying to get a shelter in Lodi, that sent up a red flag also. Then I was showing pictures of the facility in Cliffside Park, which can hold maybe 80 to 85 animals. And I don't understand how you can get 9 municipalities worth of what you pick up for animals into a facility. One of the things that were very disturbing to me was the fact that a council member had called Mr. Santini And somebody came down and helped with some traps last week. But the insurance paper that was finally presented today is listed as the 14th for workman's comp in Bayonne. So that's very reckless, in my opinion. And I would make the recommendation to rescind this contract.
La Pelusa also expressed an interest in working with LHS in the future, but at the end of the day, the rest of the council didn't bite and no further action on the matter was taken at the meeting.
I'm John Hollis with the Hudson County View, the eye of the community.